1, The Arrival. The fluorescent lights flickers as the contestants wake strapped to their rusted gurneys. The PA system crackles to life with distorted voice. Welcome, subjects. Survive long enough to be remembered. Electroshock burns the marks on the wall. Someone's heart monitor still beeps.
Ready,
Each group
last.
released from their separate wings. Team 1, Spark Syndicate. Grace Howard, tech genius, poised but strategic, immediately starts scanning the
Decent.
silences for access. Okay, Grace Howard. My team is Grace Howard Tally, engineer from Team Fortress 2. Anna Bray, Gage from Borderlands. Bridget from Overwatch. Watson and Mei Hatsune.
The engineers.
Yeah, they're all just
the
engineers.
Alright.
They always
People
underestimate the engineers.
Yeah, true.
I literally, I was
You
like,
have a
okay, what's your
strategy. You
team?
came in with a strategy.
All engineers.
I respect it.
Team 2. Okay, sorry, actually. Eight women of science. I just realized all there are women except for the engineer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So annoying. I keep getting people to one hit and then they just live. This happens so much.
Who's the leader?
Huh?
Okay, Team 1, the Sparker Syndicate. After a quick vote and a lot of arguing, Grace Howard wins the leadership. Her calm and calculated demeanor. That makes sense. I would say it's either Grace Howard or like Anna Bray would probably be the best for a team. But Grace Howard's an engineer for a construction site, so that makes sense. Team 2, Revenant's Front. George Washington, Commander Reborn, using broken pipes as a musket substitute. Jesse Pinkman. Yo, what the hell is this place? He speaks. Killer Moth, Piranha Plant, Deer Clops, okay. Nightmare Freddy, the Karasu.
You added the Krassu?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't even know how to pronounce that from Monster Legends.
Hysteric Easter.
Yeah. Team 3, the Immortal Order. Ra's al Ghul leads without contest. He's too composed, like he's been here before. Ra's al Ghul, the Flash, Hothead, Ben Grimm, John Arbuckle, Mad Maggie, Bueno Excelente, and Ronald Reagan. They're from the Immortal Order. Yeah, okay. They won. The open sirens wail, so the massive gate slides open, and each ward teams scatter. Echoing footsteps screams, and breaking glass. The Spark Syndicate occupies the female patient ward. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Since all of them are female, except for the engineer.
True. Reverse harem.
Shut up. He's like 40.
Wait, no, that's not a reverse harem. It's just a harem. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't even realize both of them were female as well. The Revenant Front descends into chaos quickly. Jesser and Killer Moth nearly fight after Declops crushes a door. George tries to rally them with his speech, but Nightmare Freddy interrupts with a ton of roar and scares even him. By death, they barricade themselves in the
I wanted
hydrotherapy
to put
chamber.
George Washington in charge of a bunch of the loot.
Who's the leader? Who's the leader?
It's George Washington.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't specify for me, so I didn't notice.
I see.
He is just a leader for a bunch of lunatics.
Wait, what's your team? Can you like list them?
His team was George Washington, Jesse Pinkman, Killer Moth, Piranha Plant, Deer Clops from Don't Starve, Nightmare Freddy.
Terraria. Or is wait?
Deer
It's
Clops
probably
originally from
CrossFit.
Don't Starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Nightmare Freddy, Karasu, and someone from Monster Legends, which is a fucking erratic shrieking laughter between club-like arms.
I see.
Wait, what? It's like an evil Easter bunny.
The Immortal Order moves methodically Roz leads Ben Grimm and Reagan towards the record department, where the files details horrific experiments. John finds photos of mutilated patients. He vomits. Mad Maggie lights candles from Hothead's embers and mutters, "Smells like ghosts are watching." The power flickers. A siren screams. Somewhere distant, Grace's team hears a voice in the intercom. Distorted male's almost alive. "You shouldn't have come." Gage laughs nervously. "Too late, buddy." Elsewhere, the Revenant Front loses its first member, Killer Moth. While Skydian is dragged screaming through a vent, his blood rains down seconds later. That's the Wall Rider. Okay.
I see. That makes sense.
No, because that's the Wall Rider did to Chris Walker.
True. Probably was.
Karasu out of the darkness, his entrails growing faintly. He's saying he looked delicious. Washington doesn't flinch. He commands Jesse to stay close. His face unreadable. Yeah, the only other normal human.
True.
The Spark Syndicate encounters the Mortal Order near the Asylum's main hall. Grace and Reyes exchange words. Respect mingles with mistrust. Ray suggests that Alliance. Grace refuses. When Mad Maggie mocks Tally's helmet, Bridget nearly starts a brawl, but Anna coolly ends it with a warning shot. Meanwhile, the Revenant Front suffers another loss. Nightmare Freddy malfunctions after stepping into water near a power junction. Watson's trap from earlier fries him. Jesse and George drag what's left of him back to their hideout. The Silent House, doors slam on their own. John Arbuckle breaks down in tears. He swears he saw Garfield's shadow moving on the ceiling. Ross tells him Asylum preys on guilt. The hydrotherapy wing. In the hydrotherapy wing, the Dirk turns on Hellstreaker. After the creature attacks George, I forgot to add that, but I'm not changing it now. You added no wonder you had asked me to make it so there's no infighting. You added a bunch of lunatics, animals. Hellstreaker dies, wailing laughter echoes through the halls. Grace's team hears it from floors away, but Watson mutters something. As dawn breaks, PA flickers, the sun stirs, prepare for purification. The lightning flashes, cameras move. Only Gavin's team dies.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay.
Okay, now Chris Walker gets released. Now, actually, yeah, so here's what it says with the introduction. Excellent, chapter 2 begins. Now that the Asylum itself begins to fight back, Chris Walker enters their stage.
Yes.
Enter stage left, Chris Walker. The PA speaker squeals, all of its lights flicker in unison. In the basement, the door is marked restricted. Project Wall Rider opens by itself. Chris Walker, a hulking, half-naked figure of stitched flesh and rage, lumbers to the hall, dragging chains behind him. It even gives his voice lines. "Little pigs," he states.
Oh, shit. He's not a distinguished gentleman.
Nope. Grace Howard.
He's not. He's his true self. Let's go.
Asylum, into the administration block, setting up motion sensors. She notes that every electrical current in the building is erratic, like circuits are alive. Anna Bray keeps watch by a boarded window while Bridget and Gage scout for weapons. Tally finds a maintenance map and suggests underground routes to escape, but Watson points out danger, basement access, where the signal's the strongest. May, however, insists they check the basement. If there's power, there's inventions. Grace agrees, they all go down. They prepare to move at nightfall. Revenant Front, George Washington stands with the map drawn in blood and soot. Only he, Jesse, Deerkops, Rana Plant, and the curse remains. Then he says solemnly, "And monsters." Man and monsters. We must reclaim the high ground. The curse of
Who said that?
George Washington. Man and monsters.
Man and monsters, we must reclaim the high ground.
I love that guy.
The Deerkops breaks open a steel door leading to the chapel wing. The candlelit room filled with patient corpses in prayer positions. Piranha Plant hisses at something moving, a human outline impeding the pews. Then they see it, a massive silhouette in shackles, Chris Walker.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Damn.
The Deerkops charges him, but Walker's sheer brutality is unmatched. He smashes
Of
the
course, my
creature's
team comes
horn.
across Chris fucking
Yeah.
Walker.
It's how fitting given today.
Yeah.
He smashes the creature's horn clean off and tackles it to the ground, rips its head from its body, tossing
Great.
it into the altar. The team scatters. Jesse and George barely escape into the hall. The character just goes into the vents.
Okay. Good.
The ghouls spends the morning meditating in the records office. He feels the cycle of violence tightening. Ben Grimm's is pacing. John Arbuckle's is barely functioning. Mad Maggie is unfazed. She's crafting makeshift explosive from oxygen tanks. Ronald Reagan sits by her quietly saying, "You remind me of Congress." Hothead keeps the halls lit with weak firelight. Then they hear a crash from below. The fight between Walker and Deerclops. Ross turns to the team. The beast is not part of the game. It's the warden. He suggests they move upwards to the roof where he believes the electromagnetic dampeners won't reach. The flash brightens. Maybe my speed will come back there. A blood moon pierces through the broken windows. The silent hums. Cameras rotate. Walker moves through the corridors like a freight train, breaking metal doors with his bare hands. His presence turns into the building into chaos incarnate. The Spark Syndicates descending towards the basement encounters the Revenant front fleeing upwards. George Washington, covered in blood, says, "Turn back!" Watson scans the air too late. He's following the curse. Suddenly, the cursor drops in the vent. Her entrails whip towards Mei Hatsune. Bridget intercepts, slamming her shield forward, splattering the Karasu against the wall. The Karasu is eliminated.
No.
Before the two teams can process the wall shutters, Chris Walker tears through the entire stairwell.
Damn.
Enter stage left, Chris Walker. Panic
go.
breaks. Gage throws a grenade she crafted earlier. It blasts a chunk of concrete, collapsing parts of the stairs. The explosion separates the teams. Revenant front escapes upwards. The Spark Syndicates forced down into the dark. The basement stinks of rust and formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. Grace, Anna, and Tally take point. Watson watches from the shadows, muttering equations to herself. They pass holding cells, body bags, and rusted bathtubs filled with stagnant water. Bridget hears something from behind them, scraping change. Walker is there. He slams Bridget through a door, rolling filthy traitors. Grace yells for the others to move. Anna fires her rifle into his torso. It only angers him. Watson throws down a capacitor trap to shock and paralyze him long enough for the group to escape. But in the chaos, May stays behind, trying to retrieve her gear. Walker reaches her first. Her screams echoes to the entire silence before cutting short.
Death.
Yeah. The Revenant front regrouping upstairs. Upper floors, Jesse and George take shelter in the patient dormitory. Piranha Plant lurks the corner, disgust. Digesting what's left of Deerclops' flesh. Jesse stares disrobed. "Yo, man, that's nasty." George ignores him. That night, Piranha Plant turns on them. Jesse walks, wakes the sound of snapping jaws. George deflects with his pipe weapon, but loses balance. The creature lunges. Jesse grabs a chair leg and drives it through its throat. The plant thrashes violently before going limp.
So even though there's no infighting, there's still infighting.
No, I didn't add that. I forgot to add it. That's it.
Oh.
That's the problem. But
So there is infighting.
Yeah, there is infighting. But I have a bunch of distinguished engineers. Kevin has lunatics.
Yeah, I do, and monsters.
Reaching the Sun's rooftop takes all day. The Mortal Order. Reaching the rooftop takes all day. The group finds an old helipad littered with skeletal remains of a storm-beaten equipment. Ross stands at the edge, eyes closed. Hothead's flames flickered weakly. Yeah, unless you kill us first. John Arbuckle finally breaks. "I can't take it anymore. I want to go home." He stumbles towards the edge, trips, and falls into the courtyard below.
Oh, damn. Of course that would happen. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Too much for him.
Thunder
He was
shakes the
not
roof.
leader
Spark
material,
Syndicate
after all.
regroups in the morgue after losing May. Grace's eyes are now cold now. The Revenant front camps near the records hall, unaware Walker's still hunting. In the storm above, Rod looks at the thunderclouds and sees something moving, black smoke.
Oh, God. Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Daft.
Not, they won't kill me. That only makes us stronger. To hurry up now, 'cause I can't wait much longer.
Kanye West.
Yeah. Kanye. I should have added Kanye to my team. Should have made him the team leader. I should have made a bunch of pussies and then Kanye, and it would just be Kanye with his own private army.
You still can.
Yeah, you know what? If we're doing another one, I will fucking do that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so here are the current survivors: Grace, Tally, Engineer, Anna Bray, Gage, Bridget Watson, George Washington, and Jesse Pinkman. Rachel Cool, The Flash, Hothead, Ben Grimm, Mad Maggie, Bruno Excellente, and Ronald Reagan. You have two humans.
I have one more. I have one more who didn't die, who vanished.
Who's
The
that?
Monster Legends character.
Oh, he got in a fight with someone.
I don't remember it.
He died. He's like one of the first people to die.
Let me see.
How did he die? Basically, he got impaled by deer
Except for
claws.
only the two humans. Oh yeah, wait, I do remember that. Yeah.
And the rain outside. The rain outside stops, but the air of Mount Massive feels thicker. Every quarter buzzes faintly. Blah, 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 blah. The group moves through. The Sparks Syndicate moves through the morgue hall, surrounded by body bags that twitch occasionally. Grace is silent now, keeps her headlamp low. Anna Bray mutters, "Walker's still down there. I can feel it." They argue about escape. Tally wants to find a vent system. Gage suggests tunneling. Engineer insists on holding position. Son, if we keep
Walker's
moving
on your team,
blind-
right, Abe?
He's on no one's team. He's just
He's
Oh,
a
in the
violent
map.
lunatic.
Yeah.
He's
You,
there.
Lucas, you told me this. You told me to make him an event.
I did
No, I
not.
did, I
If I
did.
did, then
Okay.
yeah.
Watson interrupts. There's interference in the main circuits, like someone's building something. The team pushes deeper to find a room with televisions all displaying static except for one that's on Chris Walker, shown pacing in circles in the corridor. Grace thinks that the asylum is an experiment of some sorts. They arrive in front. George Washington and Jesse Pinkman move cautiously through the flooded
No!
labs.
Fuck, sorry.
I know, sorry. They should have done that. Scavenging supplies from rusted cabinets, Jesse whispers, "Man, if we're the last ones on our team, just two dudes in hell." George Washington says, then hell will remember us if that's the case. Based.
True.
They discover a terminal that's still functional. George forces it open with a message on screen, Project Purity Phase 2. Chris Walker storms into the lab. George pushes Jessman aside and raises his pipe spear. The two men stand their ground. Jesse throws a chair, distracting Chris Walker long enough for George to stab him through the shoulder. The monster doesn't even flinch. Walker grabs
no.
George by the throat and slams him through the wall. Jesse runs screaming into the darkness. Walker doesn't chase. He just says, "Filthy traitor, liberty's a lie," and then crushes George Washington's ribs.
Shit.
Ra's al Ghul has gathered his remaining followers into a makeshift war room.
The fuck?
The old surgery theater. Scalpels lights flicker across their faces. He outlines his vision calmly. The asylum's purification through Kiros. We can reshape it to serve us. Ben Grimm doesn't buy it. You're talking about controlling this freak show. Mad Maggie grins. He's right. Maybe we are the new order. Reagan quietly finds snaps. This isn't philosophy. It's murder. You're all monsters. Bruno Excellente steps forward. His eyes wide with feverish delight. The fight is brutal. Reagan fires a stolen pistol from into Bruno's gut.
Good.
The Maggie throws her grenade first. The explosion tears through the theater. Bruno Excellente is blown apart. Ron Reagan dies moments later. Hothead's flames flicker violently. What the hell are we doing?
Infighting.
I should have chosen lunatics this time as well. That would have been perfect. That's an insane asylum.
Yeah, you chose
Just lunatics.
the perfect team, and we chose.
The
The
most
worst.
volatile crazies.
Yeah.
And Ronald Reagan in The
True.
Flash. Thunder returns, this time hums louder than before. Jesse Pinkman wanders alone to the infirmary, begins to hear whispering call his names. Oh, what the hell? He hides in a closet, handshaking, but the voice outside whispering in Washington sound, "Hold your ground, soldier." He bursts from hiding. No one's there, but suddenly behind him, a massive hand crushes his skull against the wall. Jesse Pinkman dies from Grace
Damn.
Walker. Your team just got annihilated. Oh my
I know.
god.
That sucks. I need a better team next time. I need to actually think it through.
But
That's
now the
fair.
survivors are the breakage point. Day 6, the breakage point. By now, the survivors are showing signs of psychosis. Grace Howard's hands are shaking as she programs a shock grid. The engineer finds a message scrawled on the wall. There's no exit, only replay. He mutters, "Hell with comfort, partner." In another wing, Roz sends Mad Maggie and Ben Grimm to scout the hydrotherapy chambers. They find the remains of deer clumps and that one person from Monster Lake is torn apart.
Maggie and the Thing would get together, or they would get
They
along.
would hook up.
They would.
Maggie laughs bitterly, but this place ain't like quitting. Hothead is incinerated instantly. What the hell? Okay, Maggie laughs bitterly. Guess this place isn't like quitting. A faint hum fills the air. Hothead panics as the water around them boils. The ceiling collapses, gas line ruptures, and the chamber erupts. Hothead is incinerated instantly. Maggie and Bandit barely manage to escape. Okay, what's going on? Why is Team 1 almost perfectly fine? Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. Host advantage.
Yeah, host advantage. Chapter 4 will be. The sun is no longer sleeps. The walls pulse faintly. Okay. Gracious Rip manages to access the asylum's main control chamber. Rows of monitors show every hallway. One screen even shows them watching themselves. Watson trembling, mutters the asylum's sleeping signals. Da-da-da. Grace finds a message that says you're all experiments. Grace laughs manically. Rachel Ghoul moves through the asylum's central stairwell, his cloak dragging blood. Ben Grimm follows close, burned but determined. Mackey's unpredictable as ever, scavenged parts from old hospital carts to make bombs. Doesn't know. I don't even know how that's possible. The Flash paces back and forth. We've been here a week, man. A week. No exit, no logic, no power. It seems it doesn't even make it right. Ra replies, time to bend to power. The asylum's energy is a relic. Day 7, collision course. By late afternoon, the two remaining teams finally cross paths. Grace's group enters from the east, Ra from the west. For a brief moment, both sides freezes, lit by surgical lamps flickering overhead. The asylum is alive. Its powers could make gods of all of us. Join me and we'll end this illusion of mortality. Grace responds coldly. You sound exactly like the kind of man who built this place. Ra's eyes flash, and yet you use the systems like a surgeon. Don't deceive yourself, Miss Howard. You already belong here. Ben Grimm steps between them. Hey, enough speeches. Let's get the hell out of this madhouse. Before anyone can act, Maggie lobs a small bomb between the two groups.
What?
Good.
When smoke fills the hall, screams echo. When it clears, Anna Bray is bleeding from shrapnel. In her shoulder, the Flash is pinned underneath the breeze. Bridges drags Anna back while Gage yells for Grace to retreat. Rod looks down at the Flash. Your speed would have saved you, but you deserve it, and leaves him to die. Oh my god.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, you did put Rachel Ghoul as your leader.
I did not.
You didn't?
I put fucking John
You did.
Arbuckle as our
Oh yeah,
leader.
you did, and he died. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he died, and Rachel Gould became
He's
the
just
leader.
the leader now. Yeah.
Okay, the survivors are now fractured. Grace,
The Flash
Tally,
didn't
and
have his speed. Is that like he just not have
it's
his speed the whole time?
no, he didn't have his proper speed because I made it balanced. I didn't want like the thing to like just demolish people.
Well, you should have. I kind of wanted. I wanted at least the accurate thing. You don't need to make the Flash like a mega, like fast enough to go
No,
back in
so
time or some
I
crazy shit.
I specify the to ChatGPT make it so it's balanced, so no one is overpowered. That's what I specify, just so that like because we had one of the first rounds was like really bad because it was just straight up just a slaughter fest because like one dude was so powerful and killed like half the people.
I see.
We could try
You
it
can still
without it
balance
again.
within reason, though.
Yeah, I would try to if I
Like, you
notice
don't
it, I
need to do
do.
it to the thing. He's not that strong. He's just really buff, and he's rocks. He can punch things.
Grace is set up in a small power grid to stabilize Anne's condition. Tally sterilizes metal scraps for stitches. Grace. Blah, blah, blah. In the lower levels, Ross stands before the sealed glass door labeled Project Walrider Containment. Ben Grim glares. You're sure he's thinking about opening that thing? Rachel Gould smiles faintly. Knowledge demands the risk. Mad Maggie lights one of her bombs. You touch that door, I'll end you myself. Ross moves too quickly, though. He slices the detonator wire with his hidden blade and shoves Maggie into the wall. And slams his hand on the terminal. The glass door opens slightly. Not fully, but enough to release a surge of static and cold wind that smells like iron and death. Rachel Gould, of course, he would open up the fucking wall rider. He
Yep,
doesn't. He
makes
can't
sense.
die.
True.
When the smoke clears, Ben climbs out the debris alone. Maggie and Rachel Gould are gone, either vaporized or lost below. Grace's team wakes to tremors. The silence PA repeats one last message over and over. Containment breach imminent. Project Walrider. The temperature drops. Frost creeps along the walls. The dead begin to twitch. Engineer looks like to Grace. Whatever this bastard opens, it's coming for all of us. Grace takes a deep breath, her voice low. Then we fight the building if we have to.
Did Chris Walker die?
No, he's coming back this last chapter.
Okay.
Blah, blah. Remaining survivors: Ben Grimm, Grace Howard, Tally, Engineer, Anna Bray, Gage, Bridget Watson.
Your entire team and the thing.
no. Hey, May Hatsume's there.
Yeah.
The silence is unrecognizable. Electricity crackles through the broken corridors. The red alarms that once blinked faintly now glowed like open wounds. Team 1 only. Grace Howard, Tally, Anna Bray remain.
What?
Okay, what? Gage's laughter is long gone, still echoes Grace's head. Grace is ahead, Anna, her vision's scattered, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold on. It's being delusional again. Because it's changing shit again. I'm not doing this.
I see.
Why is it doing this?
I don't know.
Okay. All the survivors gather in what used to be the therapy auditorium. The floor stained with walls, and the walls hum faintly from the building's flickering power. Okay, Chris Walker might not be coming back. Okay, never mind. He is coming back. I just see his name pop up as I'm like glancing through this. I was about to say he might not be coming back. The experiment isn't over, she says in a voice calm. Or Grace, that's what Grace says. And then nods, scanning her rifle's chamber. The engineer adjusts his goggles, grim but determined. The final event begins. The silent intercom crackles to life. A distorted male's voice, manic, gritty, rings through every hallway. Congratulations, survivors. The test concludes soon. Let's make this finale memorable. The lights flicker violently, then go black. Emergency strobes flash and burst. Then the sound of a massive moving through the vents, a guttural roar down the halls. Chris Walker! But this time, he's not alone. Shimmering black mist from the ceiling into twisted humanoid shape, the Walrider. The entity phases with energy, tendrils coming out like veins of smoke and electricity. The Walker, scarred and furious, lumbers into view with a pipe torn from the wall as a weapon. His chest raises and falls with maniacal rhythm.
I think it's a maniacal rhythm.
True.
No, it says mechanical rhythm.
I thought you said maniacal rhythm.
If I did, I probably did. Okay. Yeah, I meant mechanical. The survivors scatter, the silence becomes a war zone. Watson and Bridget sprint down the corridor, setting up electric traps as they go. The blue arcs of energy snap and crackle, lighting up the walls. Walker storms through the traps, unstoppable.
Yeah.
Ignored. Bridget fires her sidearm, shouting for Watson to run. The Walrider sweeps past them and possessing Walker, amplifying his speed and rage. He smashes through the wall, grabs Bridget, and slams her into the ceiling with inhuman strength. Okay, the ceilings are really tall in that game. They are like 16 feet high.
Yeah.
Just throws her upwards.
That's insane.
Bridget's Bridget's obviously killed. Watson screams and flees, eyes wide with horror. She doesn't see the engineer. And Tally doesn't see the engineer and Tally down the next hall until she slams into them. What into Sam Hill? Tally, we can't fight that. We need to escape. They move towards the maintenance wing, the only exit left on collapse. Meanwhile, Ben Grimm and Gage stay behind cover while the others stay behind to cover the others. Grimm grips the shattered metal door like a shield, bracing as Walker/Walrider rams through. Ben Grimm gritting his teeth. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Ben Grimm gritting his teeth. That stands, you ugly freak. He swings the door, smashing the creature back. Gage opens fires with her mechanical arm, glowing hot from overuse. She laughs wild and exhausted sound before the Walrider lashes out, piercing her chest, a tendril of black mist. Gage's eyes go wide. Ah, crap. Her body collapses. Ah, darn.
Yeah.
Ben roars in fury, slamming into Walker with his bare hands. His strength cracks the floor, but the Walrider leaps, Walker's body drifting to the air like smoke. By morning, only Grace, Tally, Engineer, Anna, Watson, and Ben Grimm remain alive. They're bloody, shaken.
I swear to God, if Chris Walker, the fucking Walrider, just wins.
Nah, they're just busted.
Yeah, probably.
I think
The only ones didn't get power scaled.
Again, Ben roars in fury, smashing into Chris Walker with his bare hands. His strength cracks the floor, but the Walrider leaves Walker's body drifting into the air like smoke. So I assume Chris Walker's dead, given this circumstance.
I see, yeah.
By morning, they all live. Grace studies the control panels, eyes darting.
Hell yeah, Thing. Got his ass.
I think that is a good fight. That is honestly a good fight. Just someone who's like more noble and like cocky versus Chris Walker. I
I
sent you the
love the
story.
thing so
Anna
much.
covers
Me
her.
too.
Anna covers Grace as she goes through control panels. Tally works on the rerouting power. The engineer and Ben guard the door as Watson lays down her final defensive grid. The door bursts open. The wall rider surges in, screaming like 1,000 voices. The power flickers. Containment changer flares to life, and the Grace shouts, "Now!" Tally slams the switch. The engineer reroutes a high voltage surge straight into the chamber. Watson trap overloads, sending arcs of lightning across the room. The wall
Science.
rider.
The Wall Rider.
Sorry. The water convulses, pulses towards it, but it lashes out one last time, striking Anna Bray square in the chest. She gasps, body convulsing. Anna Bray is killed. The entity shrieks, and words of the chamber seals. Falls silent. Hold on. Okay,
Are you
okay, okay.
guys? Are you
Yeah,
gonna want to play any Phasmophobia at any point?
I can do it in just a moment. I was just a little drunk, so I just don't want to like fucking just go straight into it.
Makes sense, yeah.
After the event, Grace wipes the blood from her cheek. Her hands trembles. The engineer stumps against the wall, sweat running down his temple. Ben Grimm checks Anna's lifeless body, turns to the others. We finished this together. The Sam has other pants. A low hums beneath them. The floor plates vibrate. The containment field begins to crack. Reinforced glass and webbing fractures. The wall rider explodes out of the containment chamber. A storm of black smoke and fury no longer resembles its coherent form. Tally tries to stabilize the power systems, shouting for help, but the entity lashes out at her, tossing her to a pile of cables, then bursts into spark. Tally is killed. The engineer fires his shotgun wildly. I didn't know he had that. He
Yeah.
manages to blast the fragment of the containment equipment into the creature's form, briefly stalling it, but the wall rider retaliates, slamming the engineer into a wall. The engineer is killed. Ben Grimm charges it with a roar, his rocky fist glow orange with strain. "Come on, you want to fight? That's all you got." He smashes through the creature's form, but the wall rider seeps into him, filling every crack in his body. His eyes turn black, and he tells Grace to run before he shatters apart into dust.
Thing.
Grace, Howard, and Watson remain
Wait, who
surrounded by
was that?
debris.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dying lights of the silent wall rider reforms, looming above them. The ghost made of screams. Grace looks at Watson, trembling. "You know what it wants. It feeds on us." The two women stand side by side. The creature descends. Electric arc explodes. The Watson traps, lighting the hall is violent blue. Grace channels the energy from the damaged generator. Oh, yeah, it's two electrical engineers remaining,
Yeah.
turning into a pulsing surge. Together, they corner the wall rider in their broken containment core. But the creature is faster. It dives, tendrils sweeping through the room. One slams into Watson, pinning him to the wall. She screams, electricity surrounding her body and the creature, both lighting up in the asylum in a burst of white light. Watson is killed. Grace stumbles out of the asylum, bloodied, eyes hollow. She is the only survivor.
Is that it? Damn.
Oh no,
It's a plot armor ass ending.
Yeah.